Daniel's friends supported his business for exactly 11 months. Then he started making more money than them. Suddenly, his confidence became arrogance. His ambition became obsession. And the same people who once told him not to give up quietly began hoping he would fail. Daniel did not notice it at first, because jealousy rarely introduces itself as jealousy. It usually sounds like a joke. Daniel had known Marcus, Ethan, and Leo since college. Back then, he was the least successful person in the group. Marcus had a stable corporate job. Ethan earned enough to travel several times a year. Leo's parents had helped him buy an apartment. Daniel worked customer support shifts from a bedroom in a shared house. His car was old. His savings were almost non-existent. Whenever the group made plans, he checked his bank account before saying yes. His friends teased him constantly. When Daniel's card was declined at a restaurant, Marcus laughed. "Don't worry, you can pay us back when you become a millionaire." Everyone laughed, including Daniel. He was used to being the unsuccessful friend, the one whose problems made everyone else feel better about their own lives. But every night after work, Daniel began building something. It was a simple online service that helped small businesses manage appointments. For months, almost nobody used it. Daniel finished his shift, made cheap coffee, and worked until 2 in the morning. Marcus called it Daniel's little internet company. Ethan regularly asked how many billions he had made that week. Leo told him to stop wasting his evenings and find a real career. Then one morning, a business owner purchased an annual subscription. Daniel immediately sent a screenshot to the group chat. Marcus replied with fire emojis. Ethan wrote, "Look at our future billionaire." Leo said, "Seriously, man, proud of you." Daniel stared at the messages for several minutes. For the first time, his friends seemed to believe in him. Over the next few months, more customers arrived. 5 became 20, 20 became 50. The business was soon earning enough to cover Daniel's rent. At dinner one night, he told the group he was considering leaving his customer support job. Marcus leaned back. "Already?" Daniel explained that working both jobs was exhausting. Marcus shook his head. "A few customers doesn't mean you've built a real company." Daniel assumed Marcus was trying to protect him, so he waited another 3 months. Then the business doubled again. Daniel finally resigned. His friends organized a celebration at their usual bar. When the bill arrived, Ethan slid it toward him. "The CEO can handle this one." Everyone laughed. Daniel paid. It was only a joke. At least, that was what he told himself. A few weeks later, Daniel rented a small apartment with enough space for an office. He invited the group over. Marcus walked through the rooms, inspecting everything. "How much are you paying?" Daniel told him. Marcus raised his eyebrows. "You've had a few good months, and now you're throwing money away." Ethan opened the refrigerator. "Where's the champagne? I thought rich people kept champagne." Daniel smiled, but something felt different. Before, their jokes made him feel included. Now every joke seemed designed to put him back in his old position. The struggling friend, the harmless friend, the friend who needed their advice. Daniel became busier as the business grew. He hired his first employee and missed several gatherings. When he finally met the group again, Marcus barely spoke to him. Later, Daniel asked if something was wrong. Marcus shrugged. "You've changed." "How?" "You used to have time for people." Daniel apologized. He admitted he had become too consumed by work. He told Marcus he would make more effort. But Marcus remained cold. "You act like you're the only person with responsibilities." After that, the group chat changed. Whenever Daniel mentioned a problem, Ethan replied, "Must be difficult being so successful." When Daniel shared good news, Leo disappeared from the conversation. Marcus stopped asking about the company entirely. Then Daniel discovered they had created another group chat without him. He found out accidentally when Ethan mentioned a dinner Daniel had never heard about. "Wait," Daniel said. "When was this?" Ethan froze. Marcus answered quickly. "It was last minute. We assumed you'd be working." Nobody made eye contact. That evening, Daniel looked through old photographs. College parties, cheap road trips, late-night meals. The four of them were laughing in every picture. Daniel wondered if Marcus was right. Maybe success had made him self-centered. Maybe he talked about work too often. Maybe he had started looking down on them without realizing it. So Daniel made an effort. He stopped discussing the company. He rearranged meetings to attend every gathering. He asked about their lives and avoided talking about his own. But nothing improved because the problem was not that Daniel had become arrogant. The problem was that Daniel was no longer beneath them. When he was struggling, his friends could encourage him without feeling threatened. His ambition was entertaining because they did not believe it would work. Supporting him was easy when his success was imaginary. But once it became real, every achievement forced them to compare his life with their own. The final break came at Marcus's birthday. A stranger at the table asked Daniel what he did for work. Before Daniel could answer, Marcus interrupted. "He runs one of those little online businesses." The stranger smiled. "I've heard it's doing well." Marcus laughed. "Daniel got lucky at the right time. That's basically his business model." Daniel looked at him. Marcus had watched him work late into the night. He had seen the failed launches, the months without customers, the weekends Daniel sacrificed. And now, in one sentence, he had erased all of it. Daniel said quietly, "You know it wasn't luck." Marcus's smile disappeared. "There it is." "What?" "That ego. You can't take a joke anymore." Daniel looked around the table. Ethan stared at his drink. Leo checked his phone. Nobody defended him. Daniel finally understood. Every time they insulted him, it was a joke. Every time he objected, it was his ego. They were allowed to disrespect him. But he was not allowed to notice. Daniel stood and put on his jacket. Marcus rolled his eyes. "Oh, come on. Don't be dramatic." Daniel looked at him. "I don't think I changed as much as you wanted me to." Then he left. For several weeks, nobody contacted him. Daniel had expected anger. Instead, he felt grief. These were the people he had imagined standing beside him for the rest of his life. He thought success would allow him to share better experiences with them. He never expected it to reveal how conditional their friendship had always been. Months later, Leo sent Daniel a private message. He apologized. He admitted the group had often talked about Daniel behind his back. They called him obsessed. They said he thought he was better than everyone. Then Leo wrote, "I think watching you succeed made us feel like we were standing still." Daniel read the message twice. Then he replied, "I wish you had just told me that." But he did not return to the group. He had learned that some people do not miss you. They miss the version of you that made them feel superior. They support your ambition while they believe it will remain a dream. But when you begin moving ahead, encouragement becomes criticism. Your discipline becomes obsession. Your boundaries become arrogance. And your success becomes luck. Daniel did change. He became more confident, more careful with his time. Less willing to laugh when someone humiliated him. But perhaps that was exactly why they hated him. Not because success made Daniel a worse person, but because it made him someone they could no longer keep beneath them. So ask yourself, do the people around you truly want you to succeed? Or do they only support your dreams because they are certain you will never achieve them?